Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream on a Thursday. You get me? We're here to talk about football. Obviously, I didn't stream yesterday. I told you guys I wasn't gonna stream yesterday as well. Just kind of took a day off, obviously, as well to because of the stream that we did before. I was a little bit tired as well because of the stream we did for Patrick. Big up for Patrick as well for getting his target, and hopefully he gets his health and he completely is healthy, inshallah, and he gets complete shifa from the illness that he has. So yeah, big up to all of you guys in the chat. We took the day off yesterday, but we're back today. So make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. We're here mainly to talk about Liverpool, Arsenal, and City. And Forest is just, they're just here, innit? They're just here. So Wolfie has been carrying Forest PR more than Nottingham Forest themselves. Wolfie will be the reason why Forest are known worldwide. Wolfie is the Forest version of Professor Hamza. He's doing club PR for them. So they're going to be a well-known club just because of him alone. You get me? So Wolfie's here, guys. How are you, Wolfie?
Assalamu alaikum, man. I'm good. How are you? I'm not gonna lie, bro. Lately rough one. Just before this, I'm still half asleep, man. But I'm good, man. And yes, I hear what you're saying about me. But when we talk about the player that's linked to my club, you'll have to take that all back.
What do you mean?
You not heard the news?
No.
Do you know who Forest are getting?
Who?
Name me the best two strikers a club could buy.
Best two strikers a club could buy?
Yeah, right now. Who would the best two?
Mbappe, Harry Kane, Haaland.
Nah, man, like available, potentially moving strikers that people are talking about.
Isak?
And
available strikers. You've thrown me off here. Wait, Isak, Gyökeres, Osimhen.
Gyökeres coming to Nottingham.
Says who?
Says reliable tier 1 sources, man.
What's your tier 1 sources? Mayonnaise and ketchup.
I'll WhatsApp it to you.
Yeah, send it to me, please.
Send
it to me, mate. Yeah,
this is like this guy is better than Ornstein.
Man said, yeah, have some shame. Have some shame. Anyway, joining us next, you get me, City fan, my favorite ginger. Absolutely love working with him. You get me. And yeah, that's it. Nothing more to say. Khalas, I love working with him. Yani. Man like LB is in the building. Hi, LB.
Yo, big up, lads. How you doing, man? Good.
Big up to you. Big up to you. Like, I love LB, man. This week we won't try to get you cancelled because Ashraf ain't here.
Yeah, that would be nice, isn't it? Just to say, Wolfie using Steve K as a source in 2025 to match
Steve K.
Stop.
Oh my God, man said we're getting Gyökeres so confidently, and you're at the end, it's this guy. Oh my day, you're so full of shit, Wolfie. You're actually so full.
I ain't the one who said it. And secondly, when I just said it to you, you didn't laugh. You didn't laugh because
but I asked you what's your
because
source.
it's feasible. Because it's feasible now in your mind. That's the point.
No, it's not feasible. Wolfie, don't hear voices in your head, Habibi. Okay?
I didn't hear a voice at all. I just heard
you did?
A jealous reaction.
Jealous.
Because you're losing your Muhammad Salah, man. And you take Gyökeres. Anyway, LB, how are you, man? Where have you been?
Steve,
I was getting worried about you.
Steve K, football journalist, correspondent for transfer.com and caught offside.
Tier 1 journalist.
Stunning Victor Gyökeres move. Be quiet, tier 1, my ass.
Tier 1.
And anyway, joining us next, representing Arsenal, Ashraf couldn't make it this week as he has stuff with work. And this was one of the guys that came on the Patrick stream as well. And he's an up-and-coming content creator, supports Arsenal Football Club, so he's here to represent Arsenal. You get me on the big screen. Man like Max is in the building. How are you doing, Max?
Yes, I'm doing good, man. Big up to the panel, big up to the chat, man. Smash the likes, man.
Yes, make sure you guys are listening to him and smashing the like button. Every single one of you guys right here, right now. Please do hit the like button. Please do subscribe. Also, in the description, you will find It's LB and More LB. So go subscribe to both of his channels. Go subscribe to Forest Fan TV. Max's channel is in the description as well. Propaganda Machine. So go give him a subscribe. Yeah, obviously, I know where we're going to start. But first of all, big up to Knife. It says, big up Don Hussam, you absolute fraud. This is what Knife is saying. Is this the energy we're coming with already? Absolute fraud. Like, we're starting the show with fraudulence.
You are a fraud. You took a day off.
Yeah, and?
Fraud.
You do realize I'm literally like the most hardworking YouTuber on this platform.
In your own eyes, yeah, I realized that.
Who's more hardworking?
LB.
Not anymore. I think he used to be like a year ago.
Not anymore. Brother, I did 6 fucking watch-alongs on Sunday.
There you go.
Yeah, but that's just a day. That's just one day example. Like,
in fact, and me. What am I talking about?
What are you talking about?
You know, Wolfie, you're the YouTube whore, so it's different.
Yeah, which makes me the most hardworking man.
No, being a hoe doesn't mean you're hardworking. It just doesn't mean that. But with LB, I think he lost a bit of that now. Like, he's a bit bougie now. He's not like
he has lost
typical...
a little energy. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, he did lose a bit of energy.
The energy levels are down a bit, man.
Yeah, like back in the day, he used to be like, "Oh, more LB stream, like 3 streams, 4 streams a day." Now he's
streaming like Corinthians versus Sao Paulo or something, you know, in the middle of the night.
I'm actually going to start doing some South American watch-alongs because English football is fucking in the gutter, and I can't be arsed with it anymore. So I'm going to start watching Corinthians. Yeah, big up to them. Botafogo, yo, we would be there. Yeah, all these teams from South America. I'm gonna be good at, you know when a team signs like some random fucking Brazilian that's no one ever heard of, and you see their tweet is like, if anybody knows this about this player from South America 2nd division, let me know. I want to be that guy. Yeah,
he's gonna be that guy.
I already know that guy. If you need any,
no, I know the guy. I know the guy as well, but I've got to outsource that. Yeah, I want to bring that shit in.
Oh, you got another guy? I need another guy as well. I got a Corinthians and a Palmeiras guy.
Yeah, I got.
You can be my guy.
How long ago did you start? How did you start YouTube, LB? How long ago did you start YouTube?
2020.
Do you remember there used to be this bro? I forgot his name, but there used to be like this ginger guy who was like so knowledgeable on European football and used to do like short form videos and stuff. And he used to be like, not like South American, but European football. So he knew everything about like Strasbourg and Lille.
Eurofoot, I think he's called.
Euro Expert, I swear was his name.
Yeah, Euro Expert, I think he was called. Yeah, Alex, this guy.
Alex, yes, that's the guy.
Yeah,
Alex Barker, that's the guy.
This guy, yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy, bro. He came on my channel like from 3 years ago, bro. I remember him.
Right,
this guy used to be like, anytime you wanted anything known about European football, and I mean anything, he was your guy.
Yeah,
completely like.
He looks really fun, man. He looks like you, Hussein, without a beard.
Yeah, this is when we're gonna remove this because you're just waffling on this point.
Trolling.
Yeah. Big up to Knife says, big up Don Hussam, you absolute fraud. Big up Knife Bazara, Habib Galbi, our Singaporean representative, despite the fact that he support the Devil's Club. But I'll let that go for now. Big up to you, my guy, Knife. Appreciate you and thank you for the super chat. Big ups to LB, who says, anyone doing any watch-alongs tonight? Jordan are playing Palestine at like 6:15 p.m. UK time. Other than that, I'm not interested. I'm
doing Italy versus Germany.
Ain't England playing tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I ain't doing that watch-along, no, I can't be honest.
Is that Tuchel first game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do Italy because I want to watch this Cambiasso guy in it that City have been linked with.
Oh, Andrea.
Yeah. Because I watched him once this season in the Champions League, and he was all right. He was pretty decent, but about one time in it, you can't judge a player once. And then I don't know, man. I want to see if he can defend in it because I've seen a clip of him against Napoli. And they conceded a goal and he looked a little thuff, man. So I want to watch him in it tonight against a decent team, see how he gets on.
Yo, Libya are playing Angola, you know.
England are playing Albania. Nice.
Yeah, but Libya are playing Angola.
Yeah. He's got to win that game.
Libya are shit anyway because Tarek Tayyip retired.
Well,
anyway, big up to all of you guys.
Qualification or friendlies? I really couldn't care less.
Qualification. Yeah.
This is World Cup qualifiers. Today we play. Yeah. I think
Why do
Saudi
they
Arabia.
do qualifiers? Don't you just think that they should let the first, I don't know, 16 highest rated teams in the competition?
Well, that's not fair, though, isn't it?
I ain't really
Well,
give a shit, man.
that's
And then we could
total
stop with
horseshit.
these stupid international breaks.
Or just make the World Cup. Just have everybody in the World Cup and just have more groups in it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Why not?
So what you want, like Vanuatu at the World Cup?
Well, why
Yeah.
should? Well, hang on a minute. It's a World Cup. It's not a World Cup if the world isn't there. Why just qualify?
That's true. I mean, even Jordan could play then.
Everybody
We
can be-
can get to World Cup qualification. We just need to get second place in our group, and we're there.
Oh my god, if
Hey.
Jordan went to the World Cup.
Inshallah, we will be there. We will be
Which
there.
is shit. Yeah, I'm looking at England's group here. Yeah, we got Andorra, Albania, Latvia, and Serbia.
Serbia is the only real competition in the group.
Should get
But it's
maximum points.
boring. It's boring. I'm not watching any of those matches. Like, seriously, it's boring.
Andorra, that's like a pub.
I do agree that it is boring, so let's just stick to club football. So big up to all of you guys in the chat. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Big up to Judge Mo as well for the raid. Big up to everyone who's locked in, 300 people in the building. Let's talk my club first, because since we last spoke, we lost a final. Van Dijk has been linked to a move to PSG. You get me? So, yeah. Wolfie, I know you want to start anyway, so just go ahead, man. What do you want
I
to
don't
say?
know. I'm a bit bored of talking about Liverpool because your season's finished. The
Mhm.
quad, gone. The treble, gone. The double, gone. You've just done it, Leicester. That's all you've done. Like, without realizing it, you are turning into Leicester. You're happy with one title. You won't win it again for years because you need a whole rebuild. Maybe you'll win the Did Leicester win the FA Cup the following season or the season after? They
I
two
think 2
seasons
years
after they won it.
after.
Yeah,
2 seasons, I think, wasn't it?
that's what Liverpool are going to be for the next couple of years. Now, I don't think you'll go as far as getting relegated, but your boys ain't going to invest in this squad. Van Dijk,
Ain't Leicester your rivals? Why are you propping them?
they're not. I couldn't give a shit about Leicester, bro. Derby are our rivals. Wait, we've
No,
had this
Leicester
debate
are your
before.
rivals.
Now, technically, Arsenal are our rivals in the league right now.
Oh,
Don't
my
you squint your eyes? Who are your rivals in the league this season?
We ain't got no rivals right now.
See, that's the arrogance of
We-
Arsenal. That's the arrogance of Arsenal.
It's not being arrogant. We're probably
It is
going to
being
finish
arrogant.
second, third. At this point, it doesn't really matter. We're not winning the league. Neither of us are.
But that's not answering the question.
It's
That's
not
like
right.
that's like saying who were Man City's rivals this season for the top 5 race. You can say, well, they're not winning
Yeah.
the league, so they got no rivals.
But they're closer to the others below them. So of course, that's their rivals.
That's their episode.
We're finishing in the top 5 comfortably. We're finishing probably second.
So would you say Villa and Bournemouth are Man City's rivals this season?
Newcastle.
Yeah, probably Newcastle. You could say Chelsea, but
Are you talking about like rivals, like in league in terms
the
of league
yeah.
position?
yeah,
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. Leicester are historically your rival.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Derby are our rivals. What you trying to tell me who our rivals are?
No, so you're saying you don't hate Leicester at all. You're full of shit if
Mm.
you say you don't hate them at all.
Wallahi, I don't. I actually was backing them to win the league because I didn't want Spurs to win it.
You don't want Spurs to win it.
Why?
Why?
Because my brother
Why
supports
would you hate
Spurs.
Spurs?
Because my brother supports Spurs.
Your brother supports Spurs.
Mm.
Oh, fair enough.
Are you making
Oh,
notes?
I see your vitriol towards London clubs now. You got a brother that supports Spurs and a child that supports Arsenal.
Man, I don't like watching. And I
So
hate
you're
the
just
traffic in
supported
London.
by, like, this
No,
Arsenal
wallahi, man,
team,
Leicester
yeah.
are not our rivals. Derby are our rival. I'll tell you what. I reckon more Forest fans hate Sheffield United than hate Leicester. How'd you like that?
I hear you. Because obviously the Liverpool rivalry ended because you were in the championship.
Yeah,
for
exactly. It'd be like saying who are Liverpool's rivals? Is it
No, but
Everton?
everyone that's
Yeah, you know what
known
it
by
is? It's similar. You know how Everton hate Liverpool, but Liverpool don't really give a shit about them unless you're playing them. That's Leicester. Leicester tried to be rivals of everyone. I think their actual rivals are Coventry.
Yeah, but that's like the Chelsea. Chelsea don't actually historically have a real rivalry with Arsenal.
Yeah,
You know that, right?
yeah.
You know who Chelsea's real rivals are? Fulham and QPR.
QPR.
Yeah, but the problem is because they're in London, they have to pick and choose their rivals. Otherwise, them guys would just be beefing every day, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Like
mean?
we don't have problems with Charlton, even like Crystal Palace. We've
Yeah, but you
good
should have
relations
problems with
them.
Charlton, man. Like,
Yeah,
you,
but then
you can't, they kicked you out of
yeah, but
Greenwich,
then
man.
Wolfie,
What are you talking about?
the problem is if they beefed every London club, every time they'd see someone, they'd just be beefing them every time, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
You
not
need a
like they're
couple
going to be
days off,
playing
man.
Leyton Orient week in, week out. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah. There's like
But-
10 clubs in London, and then what? We're gonna beef them and the big six. That's too much. It's too much.
why are you beefing?
Yeah, that's
big
what I'm
six?
saying. Like in terms of, I do understand certain like people like maybe modern era and stuff, and you know people say, "Oh, you're telling me who my rivals." No, I'm not telling you who your rivals. I'm talking about history. Like Chelsea fans probably, what we're in 2025 now. I would say like 45 years ago, they probably hated Leeds more than they hated Arsenal.
Leeds.
Yeah, Chelsea and Leeds is a real rivalry,
yeah.
by the way.
Yeah.
That's
that,
a
the
real
Everyone
semis, I
rivalry.
hates
think.
Leeds, though. Everyone hates
Yeah.
Leeds.
They got that
No, but
famous
no,
FA
I
Cup
don't hate
game.
Leeds. Yeah, I don't hate Leeds. I don't have a
You don't
rivalry
hate
with
Leeds.
Leeds.
We hate Leeds. Man, you hate Leeds.
Yes, City hate Leeds.
All the
I
Sheffield
don't really
fans
hate Leeds. I don't really have much against Leeds personally.
Fair
I'll
enough. Okay. So you
lie.
got
United
United
hate
who hate
Leeds, but I don't really give a
Yeah.
shit about Leeds.
Yeah, but there's a lot. You would say Leeds are probably one of them. After Man U, Leeds are right up there with one of the
Yeah,
most
but like
hated teams.
historically, I'm saying with Chelsea, I would say there is more history in a Chelsea Leeds rivalry than there is in a Chelsea Arsenal one. Like Arsenal biggest rivals, I would say, are Spurs and Man United. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do
I'd
Arsenal
agree.
care about Spurs the way Spurs care about Arsenal?
No.
No.
Exactly. There's
No,
always a little bro
Spurs
thing with
care a
these
lot more.
rivalries.
I'll be honest. Spurs care a lot more. I'll be honest.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's just because that's where they are, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like I care about
Yeah.
United less now than I did when I was growing up. 'Cause
By
they're
the way,
less-
this is
they're
so
less
true.
relevant to me.
This is
Yeah.
so true. LB is saying this right now, but it's just like us growing up versus us now. Like Man United losing now is simply like life just carries on.
Yeah.
swear.
Facts.
Nah, not
So
for
no
me.
more
I
care.
still savor it.
No,
every
we
day.
enjoy
Wallahi,
their
I can't
pain.
lie.
Don't get me
enjoy it.
wrong, and we
It
still
doesn't
do
make my
hate along.
weekends, innit?
Yeah, but it doesn't hit like from 10 years ago.
Nah,
when they
it
were
still
good.
hits nice. It still hits
Well,
nice.
it
It'll
hits
hit even
nicer,
nicer.
yeah, but
in the
the
next
truth
game.
is,
Lovely,
it hit
actually. I
nicer
just
when when they were better than us. Yeah, it hit better then, innit? Because like you
Yes.
saw the downfall. But now I don't really care too much about them in the sense that like as long as my club's doing above them and doing well, I don't really need to focus too much.
I know
on
what
it.
you're saying, but the hit isn't as strong. You know what I'm saying? It's like when we had that Aguero moment.
Yes.
That hit
Yes.
was special. That hit was
Yes.
special. You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying? Every hit since then has just been nice and enjoyable.
Yes.
But that one
yes.
was the peak. That one was the peak moment there. Absolutely loved that, man.
Mm.
So
And then the
I get what you're
semi-final
saying,
was
but I
nice
will
as well.
until they're relegated, then I won't be happy.
They should have been
That-
relegated this year.
Oh, they're so lucky how shit
should
The
be.
Premier
they
League
came up,
teams this
man.
season have let everybody down because United should have been.
And Spurs.
Spurs as well. Spurs are
Yeah.
shocking.
But because all the teams that get promoted now are crap, yeah, like they just get relegated straight away, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, you say that, but you know, Forest, Fulham, and that other shitty team, they've done all right. And that was 3 years
Forest,
ago.
Fulham, and that shitty team. What's the shitty team? Bournemouth.
Yeah, but Palace got
They
promoted time ago.
slapped you.
Yeah, Palace been in the league for ages
up
now.
to
Palace have been in the league for time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Palace's like win is finishing 12th. I reckon they have a trophy cabinet of 12th place finishes in the league. They love finishing 12th, man. That's like their achievement. And
They're
that's
gonna
fine.
be
There's
coming
nothing
for
wrong
you
with
next
that.
season, you know.
Huh?
Be careful with this slander. Be
No,
careful.
I don't mind
Wolfie.
Palace. I don't mind Palace, but it's facts, isn't it? They love to finish 12th or 11th in the league every season, and they're happy with that as a fan base because
It's a good
it's that
season
or
for
get
them.
relegated.
Yeah. Well, they're in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup. That's gonna be interesting because
I remember when they was it them. No, it was Sheffield Wednesday I'm thinking of. Was it Sheffield Wednesday Arsenal where they played them in both finals in the same year back in the day?
Oh, I
And
think
Arsenal
that's
beat
on
them.
93, probably George Graham.
Yeah, and
double.
Arsenal won
Yeah.
both of them. Yeah.
Mm.
So,
A
you
little
know,
bit before my
there's
time,
a
but-
few teams in this FA Cup that have never won anything. You got Brighton, you got Bournemouth, and you got Palace.
Yeah.
Is there another one in there?
Nah,
Preston's
Brighton
won.
never. Yeah,
Preston
you
have won
already
loads
said
of
that.
shit, I think.
Yeah. they
No,
have.
Brighton didn't win anything.
No,
You
Preston.
know, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Brighton, Bournemouth, and Palace. They've never won a trophy.
Yeah, they've never won. Yeah,
Yeah.
they've never
Palace,
won.
Palace have won a trophy, haven't they?
I don't think they have. You know.
Championship playoff, I think. Yeah.
Nah, I'm sure
No,
Palace
Palace have never won a trophy. Actually, I was surprised to see this.
Yeah, because I usually take the
No.
piss out of Rich about it. So unless he doesn't
No
know
way.
his history,
I do think Crystal Palace have won a trophy. Let me check.
Nah,
Didn't
I
they
don't
win the
think-
FA
I
Cup
don't
one?
think
they
one
got
year?
to the final, didn't they?
got runners
Remember
up
when they
twice.
had Brighton
Ah.
right and all that?
What's
And
that?
then
Yeah.
United won the first FA Cup under Fergie against Palace, I think.
Yeah, after a replay.
Yeah.
Ian
The
Wright
only
scored the
trophies they
2
have
goals.
is the second division champions twice.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
What's the full
Playoff
members cup
winners
in
4
1990? What the hell is that? Members Cup.
Have you ever seen Brighton's
Sounds like
trophy
the Costa
cabinet?
del
They
Sol
have
Cup that Tottenham won.
one of their things on there is participation in the Europa League, man. That's one of their achievements. It's so embarrassing.
That's the most
Mad.
Spurs thing
I'm
ever.
surprised Palace have not won anything because they've been around for a while.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
like
same. I
they're a
thought they won an
heritage
FA
team,
Cup.
innit?
Yeah,
They got some
Palace-
heritage, but no trophies.
You know
Palace
what?
have been about the time.
I feel like it's the last chance. If Bournemouth don't beat City, I feel like it's City's, because once City get to Wembley, I feel like it's
what
theirs.
about Villa though, isn't it?
But I feel like Wembley. At Wembley, it's just a
No,
different pressure.
I can see the final being Forest Man City. I'm being honest with you. Hopefully
Of course
Man
you- of
City
course
knock
you can see
Bournemouth
Forest.
out. And then I fancy our chances against Man City. They
I'll be
bottled
honest
the
with you.
last one
You're
big time.
absolutely you're the biggest loser in the world if you think that facing City in a final is easier than facing Bournemouth.
Are
just
you
because
fucking
they beat
stupid,
you.
bro? Like seriously.
I know that you're a bogey team and all this, but City have the know-how.
2015, man, we haven't beaten them. And they, you know what? I do not want Forest. I
Terry,
would
Terry,
rather
Terry,
Forest went
Terry.
out. I would
Terry.
rather Forest went out
Terry.
than have to play Bournemouth in the final and be the team that gives them their first ever trophy. Fuck that shit, man. I would rather Forest went out to Brighton.
Do you already know who you're facing the winner of in the semis or not yet?
Not yet. I think we'll get Preston.
I think I do agree with LB. I think people are just pushing Villa to the side like they're nobodies. I think they're gonna do something in this comp.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with
I'm
you. But anyway,
not saying
regardless,
I don't think they'll do something, but I just feel that because it's at Wembley and there's no more home advantage, I feel like City are the overwhelming favourites because they've been there and done that. Everyone else,
yeah,
they go
I
for their
actually
first
agree.
trophies in.
I agree.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think
but
no
Max,
one knows.
they've been there and done that last year, didn't they? What
But
happened?
Yeah, but that was
against
against
the team that's
United. They
been
didn't
there
lose
and
for
done
shit.
that.
That was a
side, like.
dusty
derby.
United. What are you talking
And it's
about?
the derby. Come on. No one's won the. I don't think anyone except City's won a trophy since 2000. If I'm right, I don't know. That's left in the cup.
Wait, say that again?
I think City are the only team that's won a trophy since the millennium.
From the teams left, he's right.
Yeah.
Because Bournemouth
right.
ain't won a trophy. Forest ain't won in 60
We won the
years.
playoffs final championship, bro.
So
Playoffs doesn't- okay,
it's gonna
then,
be in their head.
okay, then Crystal Palace have a trophy because they won the playoffs.
Because that's the most expensive trophy in football.
There you are. There you are.
100%.
There you are. You're just picking and choosing because you're a fraud. That's per usual. Nothing new.
Who have you got
Um,
in the next round, Hassan? Just remind
Let
me.
me just do this. Where did you watch the Aguero goal? I was
I was
in.
in the ground, man.
I was with my
No, you were
brother,
not,
my mate.
LP.
Okay, I wasn't.
No, you were not. You're actually at the ground. Don't lie.
Not lying.
Oh, look at me. I'm so bougie. I drink Evian water. You're such a bougie fraud.
It's actually tap water.
It's
Yeah,
actually
that's right.
Oh, he's a
Evian.
full fraud there, man. Trying to make it look like expensive
Evian. You know
water.
that's the most bougie ass water you can find, like in the
What?
public
Is
stratosphere.
it?
Still,
How is it?
Yeah,
Just water,
bro,
bro.
that's real water right
Yeah,
here. Even
Joe,
no
someone's
label.
still fasting. Yeah, just swing your orders around. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm still fasting as well. You know, man's
Freaky
drinking
got it there. You just there
Evian.
When did-
salivating over a bottle of water, man.
Since when
Oh,
did
I'm
Evian
sorry.
be like the premium water? What the hell was that?
Bro,
What's more
Evian is
premium
premium
than it?
water. It's is it
I
not
actually
salt?
prefer
it's
Volvic,
spring?
man. I
Evian
think
and
Volvic's
Volvic,
good, man.
Volvic.
Oh, Volvic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh,
I think
Evolve.
nowadays it's Voss. They got Voss.
Yeah, man. Yeah, well, actually, it's like £2.50 a bottle, mate. So we can't do it.
Ooh, evolving.
Mm.
Wow.
Someone become a member
I
on
mean, over
LB's
here
channel,
we
man. He
fill
needs a
20
fresh
liters
bowl.
for 50 cents. Like you get me.
There's no way, yeah. Evian is a bougie water, bro.
Evian, wallahi, Evian is a bougie water. Wallahi, it
Fiji,
is.
that Fiji shit's a bougie water. You
Yeah,
have that
I
in
know
Jordan?
Fiji is
Well,
bougie,
what's
but
this
Evian
bougie
is
word, man?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
bougie is like like
Posh,
you know,
like high
posh,
upper class.
Yes,
Yeah, upper class.
How the
Yeah,
fuck
well,
does an
look
Arab
at me, I
know
drink
that word?
Evian, you know, like
How does
that's
an
the-
Arab know that word who's never stepped foot in an English-speaking country know that word, man? That's crazy, man.
Bro, I'm very cultured and educated. And let me tell you something, when you grew up in the UAE is a very multicultural place, bro. You meet people from all over the world. I can insult you in 17 different languages right now. Custom
Wait,
say.
so someone came up to you and said, "Could I have some bougie water?" Once upon, or
No,
would you
no,
like
no,
some
no,
bougie water? So why the fuck have
no.
you heard this word, man?
Okay, I know there are two
I was
types of
born and
water.
raised in England, man, and I ain't.
I
Well,
first
I was
heard it
born
in
and
a
stuck.
song. Bad and
Tab, I'll
Bougie
tell you. There are
Migos.
two types of water that are bougie waters that I've seen personally. You
Alright.
have Perrier, you get me? And Evian. One is like from the Alps and the springs, and the other one has like this French name.
So what
Those
about
are the two bougie.
Mezemzem, man? What we saying Mezemzem? What's the word for that?
That's not bougie. That's mashallah the best water on earth.
Okay. So that
No,
doesn't
that's not
qualify as
bougie.
bougie.
No, but how can you? Can you stop it now? You're trying to get me cancelled as well. Can we stick to getting LB cancelled next
What?
week?
I just want to know the
You're
rules on
stubborn.
this bougie word that I've never heard
Yeah.
of. Like when you spell it, it looks like bogey, isn't it, man? Anyway,
Big up to LB who says, where do you watch the Aguero goal? Listen, 2011, 2012, I was in my last year of school. I was in high school. And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to say this right now. I celebrated the crap out of that goal. I celebrated that goal. There are 3 goals in my life I celebrated as a non-Liverpool fan. Actually 4. As a non-Liverpool fan that like made like you would have thought I supported that football club. Eto's goal against Man United in the final in 2009.
which one?
Eto's goal.
Oh, Eto's, yes.
Yeah, Eto's goal.
Uh.
2011, Messi's goal.
Messi's header, yes. Yes.
No, not 2009 Messi header. 2009 Messi goal where he got the ball on the right wing and then dribbled because it was 2-1 at the time.
Okay.
Rooney
Yeah.
equalized and started like after that the Eto goal, the 3-1. I celebrate the Messi goal, the 3-1. I celebrated the crap out of the goal. The Aguero goal because it stopped Man United. Wow, like at the time, I swear to God, I'm telling you right now, the whole planet supported like that Aguero goal. The whole planet except United fans. No one wanted United
No, the
to win.
beauty was it they had already
No
started
one.
celebrating because
No
their
one.
match had finished. That's what made that was the little icing, you know what I'm saying? A little cherry
Yes.
on top. Oh, it was
Yes.
beautiful.
Rooney and Fergie on the pitch. Oh,
Yeah. And then suddenly they're looking at each other like, what?
Yeah.
Hey Hassan,
And the fourth one is-
were you listening in Arabic on that or English? Did you get the Sky Sports commentary, the Martin Tyler commentary?
Aguero. No, but I was watching at the time. It was on. I forgot in 2000. Was it on Showtime or Abu Dhabi Sport? It was a different one, but it was
ART Sport. Or
no. ART was before. I think in that year it was on Abu Dhabi Sport actually. Or
then
Showtime.
you didn't get to enjoy the moment fully.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it in an Arabic comment. Habibi, Arabic commentators are more excited when the ball is in midfield than English
that
midfield.
is true, man.
You get it, like, oh.
Yeah, that
That's the
guy,
best
he
commentary.
said there's a clip of him, and when we was playing, I think Bayern Munich, and we was battering him in the treble year. The ball went back to Edison, and the guy said like the Arab word like Alhamdulillah or whatever. He's still alive. He goes,
Yes,
Alhamdulillah.
Ederson.
He goes, Alhamdulillah, Edison's still alive. Because Edison hadn't like touched the ball in like 20 minutes or something.
Yeah,
Like,
that's proper
there's a video
commentary.
on there's a video on like on Twitter of someone like from
I
his
know the
best
clip
moments.
you're talking about as well.
Yeah.
Because Ederson got the ball at like, after 30 minutes of City attacking, he's like, oh, Alhamdulillah, Ederson's alive. Like, Alhamdulillah, Ederson Aish. Alhamdulillah, Ederson. Again, big up.
Funny.
Big up to Farhad, who says, well, I growing up in Norway, I didn't know any Spurs fan. Majority of my friends were either Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, or Liverpool, Madrid, Barca. Yeah, but like, I've never even met a Spurs fan. in
Really,
life.
man, my whole school was Spurs fans back in the
Wallahi, I
day.
never
man.
met one.
Yeah,
Spurs
I
and
met
Man
about
U.
2. That's crazy. I've
I
met,
met
about
one. It was actually a Brummie.
2.
But yeah,
Brummie
it's-
Spurs fan.
yeah, it's so fucking weird, mate. Like,
Actually,
usually if you meet a Brummie, like they're always like a Villa or
Villa or
Birmingham. But, like,
Birmingham or
difference-
something,
he
yeah.
had the
It's a lot more
strongest accent, and he was like Spurs. And every time I spoke to him, I was like, "Wait, are we speaking about Villa here?" And he was like, "No, Spurs." I'm like, okay.
mm.
Spurs, man.
The
Yeah,
Brahmi
actually, it's a
accent
lot
is the
more-
worst.
I can't
accent in the
believe
world.
this Spurs, this Chelsea Leeds rivalry. Like Lewis is
Bro,
saying,
it's a real
pure
rivalry. Do
hatred.
your research.
What's it based on?
Yeah,
It was
no, in
a-
the 70s, there's a game. There was they re-refereed the game, and there should have been about 11 red cards. That's how many crazy tackles, fly kicks to the head. It was crazy.
Well,
You
but
go
Yeah.
watch
that's
that
what's
game.
triggered it. That's what's triggered it.
But I think, yeah, probably.
Hussam, are
Is
you
that
doing
what
watch along for Jordan versus Palestine later? No, I'm not. I'm not doing a single Jordan watch along. Leave me alone. That's the one time I just sit there and just watch my national team in peace. I'm just not involved. Okay,
Wait, hold on. Sam, who are you backing?
What?
Do you want Palestine to win or Jordan to win?
I'm backing Jordan, of course.
Got
It's
back
my
his
country.
man.
It's my country.
Mm.
اسمع لا تزود علي بموضوع فلسطين بالله عليك لانه هاي هم هون فاهدى شوي.
Fine.
Big up to Curtis Jones who says I would like a shout out LB. Thank you.
Shout out, Chris.
He's a Forest fan. Why does he want LB to shout him out, man?
Yeah, he's a Forest fan.
Look at
He
you,
is.
LB.
with-
You're converting them.
With a name
Yeah.
Curtis Jones, is that his real name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know he sounds like the Liverpool player, but that's not his actual name.
Okay.
But that's not his the actual person. But anyway,
that
can
is
we
his
talk? Can we listen? We spend the first 30 minutes talking about the rivalries and the FA Cup and all this. Can we get back to the football now? Liverpool lost the cup final. Let's ask actually Max, because as a neutral here who has no hatred towards Liverpool, unlike the other two. Tell me your thoughts on Liverpool in the last week.
I think it's been a shocking week for Liverpool, to be fair. Of course, we know they're gonna win the Premier League, but in that final, to be specific, you could just tell Newcastle, it just meant so much more to their players, to their fans, to everyone. You could see that they just wanted it from minute one. It just looked like there was only gonna be one winner. And Liverpool, they didn't turn up for that game. It kind of reminded me a bit, kind of like the PSG game. The first game, it just looked like Newcastle were gonna win the game, but they got the goal from Dan Burn, and then when they got that goal, I didn't have no doubt that they were gonna get their first trophy in 70 years, to be honest. And I don't think much people are sad because they deserve it.
They do.
That's kind
Do you know they deserve it for the fact that McAllister was marking Burn?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
You
but
know,
you know
three
what?
quarters in a row.
I think we're about to see a major shift in how corners are defended. Because I think after a long time of zonal marking, I believe that certain coaches are now starting to work out how to basically the vulnerabilities of zonal marking, which is basically what happened in that final against Newcastle. And I think coaches, I've heard Pep Guardiola speaking about it a lot, saying Gasperini at Atlanta is massive on one-to-one play, not even just necessarily like defending corners, but like just the general defending of like these defending zones rather going man to man. And I reckon that in the next 5 years you're going to see a major shift in how the football's played. Because at the moment, football's dead. Yeah, I actually think in maybe 5 years' time, I actually think football might get back to be a bit more exciting.
Yeah. That's. I think that's
Is
what.
it dead?
It
Is it dead because
I don't think football is dead.
the
I think
six are
football
doing
is in a
shit that
good
you
place.
expect to do well?
Not dead. It's just going. It's on a downhill
So
right
if you watch
now.
Premier League football right now, it's dead.
No, I
Arsenal versus
disagree. I think it's the
Chelsea.
most competitive it's been.
Oh,
And I'll be honest with you, you're
The
only
game-
saying this because City are in your position.
Yeah.
No.
And
I'm
I'll
not
be
saying
I'll be
I'm not
completely honest
saying
with
that.
you. I haven't
No,
even
no.
like cooked City or anything this year. I think if Chelsea were if City were first on like 70 points, and then like let's say Liverpool were second, Arsenal were third, no one would make the argument that the Premier League is like weak or crap or anything.
Mate, like, I'm not being funny, yeah, but the last 3 years I've been told that this league's a Bundesliga, yeah. So City have made it into the Bundesliga. When you watch the quality of football, yeah, in the Premier League, it's dead. Yeah, they're not exciting games to watch. Yeah, look
I
at that
disagree.
PSG Liverpool game, Hussam. You telling me that wasn't exciting compared to what we see in the Premier League? You never
No,
seen that in the Premier League.
it's exciting in the Premier League as well. It's not. So you're telling me Newcastle Forest wasn't exciting 4-3? You're telling me Brighton Bournemouth is not exciting to watch?
You're gonna start like picking up a couple. I'm saying on the whole, football in the Premier League ain't exciting no more.
But I disagree with that. I think it's the most exciting it's ever been.
That's fucking wild.
You
That's
know
not
what
wild,
this
'cause
season
20
is?
years ago, we used to watch long throw-ins from Tony Pulis.
You
I
think
know
you
what
think
I
that
want.
you think this season is one of the most exciting seasons you've ever seen?
Yes, as football quality, 100%.
Nah, that's insane.
I feel like
Because it's a
first
war
half
to beat Bournemouth.
season.
It's a war to beat Brighton. It's a war to beat Brentford.
It's a
You have-
dead, slow, tactical war.
You're saying it's dead, but it's not. They all have amazing managers.
Crap, man.
But let me explain to you. They all have amazing managers. They all play like a team. They're all entertaining to watch if you're on neutral. And it's very competitive. In order to go beat Bournemouth, in order to go beat Brighton, to go beat Brentford, you have to fight for your life to beat them.
No. You're
I think-
changing it. I don't care about
No, but I'm not changing it. The fact that Forest are in third
I'm
place.
talking about the entertainment value of watching football in the Premier League now is trash.
I disagree. I think entertainment is 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yes, because every game is entertaining. Forest are in third place. That's
10 out
prime
of 10,
entertainment.
Shatty said. What?
Yes.
You go and watch
Yes.
South American football. You go and watch La Liga football.
I'm
Yeah,
literally
even-
watching Botafogo versus Racing Club in the background
How
right
come,
now.
yeah? How come Liverpool fans see this as an attack on Liverpool? It's got nothing to do with Liverpool. No one's attacking Liverpool. It's always Liverpool fans who are massively defensive against this. I did it with Monch yesterday. You're going to win the league, and in 5 years' time, there will not be an asterisk next to it saying league was shit. You win the
deserve
league.
to
You
win.
deserve to win the league. You've been the best team. Take your bias off. This league is crap.
I
disagree.
don't think it's crap. I think it's got some crap teams in it, like
But-
Bournemouth,
Yeah.
Brighton, and
Look
Brentford.
at us. We're second. Have you seen us this season? The football
Yeah, but
we're
when you
playing-
say
Okay,
like,
where did
oh,
you
look at
finish
us,
last
we're
season?
second.
Where did you finish last season?
Yeah, but once again, you guys is nostalgic bullshit can't fool me, yeah? I'm 29. I watched that era of football, okay? I watched Andy Johnson and Crystal Palace. I watched West Brom. I watched
I went to
Zoltan
school with
Gerrard
him.
at
Don't
Fulham.
cuss him down, man.
I watched Zoltan Gerrard at Fulham. I watched all these players, okay? So I know about like the old days of the Premier League. I'd rather watch Iraiola's Bournemouth than watch Stoke City's Pulis. I'd rather watch like Brighton's under Hertzler than watch like, you know, West Bromwich Albion from 12 years ago. I'd rather watch Nottingham Forest now put in a defensive performance and counterattack the way that they counterattack rather than watch, you know, Crystal Palace from Tony Pulis.
No. So again, you missed the point. The teams are being coached better. It's the way the games are played.
Yeah.
The games
Yeah,
are not.
no, I
end-to-end
agree with
no more.
that, but that's Pep's fault.
It's not Pep's fault. It's nothing to do with Pep Guardiola.
No,
Pep's
because
not managing all 20
he set
teams,
the
mate.
standard, and then they all tried to copy it, and they can't copy it as well. And all you end up with.
Well, hang on a minute.
is
No. So you can't have it both ways. Hussam can't sit there and say Bournemouth are mint, Brighton are mint because they all play this football, and then you go, oh well, actually it's Pep's fault. You can't have it both ways.
We ain't the same person.
No, I don't
man.
think
We're the
it's
same
Pep's fault. I don't think it's Pep's fault. But I even if I did think it's Pep's fault, I'm actually saying the league is good, so it would be Pep's
But
compliment.
the way
not
the
his
games
fault.
are played are not fun to watch anymore, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
but
they're
I
too side
disagree
to
with you. I
side. They're too
actually
side to
enjoy
side.
watching it now. Like,
I
if you
think-
tell me tomorrow, Hussam, there is a Premier League game between Bournemouth and Brighton, would you watch it? I'd say yes.
No.
I didn't watch.
I would
I didn't watch
switch
along for that. I actually did watch on for that
I would
game.
switch that off.
Yeah,
But
it's
the point
it's
is, if you
enjoyable.
go watch a Spanish game, yeah, or a South American game, Yeah, they're well more exciting.
No, I
If-
disagree. I disagree.
I
I think
don't know,
I
man.
think it's more I think it's more enjoyable in Europe, but South American football I do watch it every now and then. That's different level of entertainment.
Yeah, but
But that's
LB,
because-
would you sit there and watch League Two in England?
Well, what do you mean sit there and watch League Two?
As in, would you put a
Well,
League Two match on?
even
Because
on
they're quite
TV?
exciting.
I mean,
they're end to end. There's
I
mistakes.
probably
There's
wouldn't watch it, but
yeah, but if you're looking for entertainment, that's quite an exciting
no.
league.
But what I'm looking for is entertaining football matches with quality players. And
Yeah,
we don't have that in England right now. They're all dead. Teams sits back on the edge of the box while another team spends 20 minutes try to break them down, lose the ball, and then the other team does it for the next 20 minutes.
I
So what do you
disagree with
wanna
that
see? What do you wanna
completely.
see?
Oh my God.
That Liverpool PSG game, mint. Barca versus Real Madrid a couple of months ago, mint. Like games which are like both teams are gonna try to go for the win. This is why I've said it for a time. Yeah, they should scrap a point for 0-0. You should not get a point for a 0-0. You should get 0 points, nil point for a 0-0, mate. How are you getting rewarded for a point for doing fuck all?
it's
When
not
teams
fuck all though, is it?
It
When
is.
big teams
So
play,
you
it's
get
kinda
a point
boring
literally
nowadays
for
as
doing
well.
nothing. You sit there for 90 minutes and do nothing. You get a point for it. For
You
what?
don't have to do nothing. I mean, defense is an art.
So so we want to encourage teams just to sit back and defend.
Yeah, but you're going based off of nostalgia basis and saying that the league was really good 15 years ago
Yeah.
when we had about 5-6 managers who actively set up low blocks every week.
Mourinho
doesn't
was
exist
the
now,
best.
yeah. I'm telling you now, yeah. The standard of football matches these days is dead compared to it was
Okay.
10 years
Compared
ago.
to when? Like 10 years ago, right?
Even 10 years ago, bro.
Okay, let's go. 15 Premier League table.
Yeah,
So,
but LB, you're
this is
basically
not
saying
what
you
I'm
want a
saying.
basketball match.
so 14-15 Premier League table. Let's do this, right? Chelsea, City, Arsenal, United, Spurs, Liverpool. So all big 6 clubs in a row, not a single person out of the top 6. So that removes entertainment value. These are the teams 7th to 10th. Southampton, Swansea, Stoke City, and
Oh,
Crystal Palace.
Swansea were playing beautiful.
So what was really entertaining about
Was that
them?
the year they had
I'm saying
Michu
the
then?
game
Yes,
is more entertaining,
Michu.
bro.
No, I just say I don't recall watching any of these being entertained. Like maybe Southampton under Poch, but it's
The
like
games
similar
were better to watch than the games now.
Bro.
So would you have tuned in back then to Swansea versus West Brom?
Hell no,
Bro,
I wouldn't.
not what the point is, bro. I'm struggling to watch the Arsenal Chelsea game last week. I'm struggling.
Yeah, that
to
was
watch
pure
Chelsea.
shit. I had
Yeah,
enough.
but
I
Arsenal
agree.
games are crap anyway.
2 of the 4 best teams in this country, and that's what they had to offer. That was the product. The Premier League is beaming around the world.
You see, now you're making
Forest
stuff
and
I
Arsenal
agree
was
with
horrible
because
as
Arsenal
well.
Chelsea was dead. Forest Arsenal was a dire match as well, man, and that was second versus third. That was dire.
Guys, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Using one of the most boring clubs in the league to watch as a measuring stick is bullshit because we all don't like watch Arsenal. Max is an Arsenal fan. Is Arsenal entertaining to watch? Be honest.
No, not this
He's an
season.
Arsenal fan. He's saying
Yeah,
it.
but 2
He said
years
it
ago
even
they were.
today.
2 years
But
ago
what
they were.
I'd say that.
Yeah, 2 years ago
I
they
enjoyed
were.
the first
2 years
half
ago
of
they
the
were
season.
entertaining, right, Max?
Yeah. First half of the season, though, I'd say the Premier League, it had a bit more entertainment. The way Brentford, you go to Brentford at home, they're slapping teams 5-3, 4-1. The second half of the season, I don't know if it's fatigue, I don't know what, but it just seems like it's just even slowed down even more.
What are you
And
talking
I
about? We
ain't-
won
I ain't
7-0 in
enjoying
the
it.
second half of the season, man. What are you
Yeah,
talking
I'm not
about?
taking it as
It's
an
an anomaly.
insult on
We won
Liverpool
7-1
because
as well against PSV.
Yeah.
It's an anomaly.
because
Every
LB is
that's
single
the
saying like,
Premier
oh,
League.
you're
always
taking it as
defends
an
itself
insult.
because
I'm not
you do,
taking it
though.
as an insult on Liverpool. I'm not. I'm really not.
Those are the main ones that defend.
But I
it.
just disagree with the fact that it's not entertaining. I actually think it's pretty entertaining. Actually, and I've been watching football and I've been watching Premier League probably for 21, 22 years now. This is
Very
one of the more
specific.
entertaining seasons because there is so much jeopardy. Anyone can beat anyone.
There's no
essentially.
title race, and that was done in December, and there's no relegation race. The only thing keeping this fucking league alive is the top 4 race, and even that's
Yeah, but LB back then, United pretty much wrapped it up.
Yeah,
early
you know,
most
this has
seasons.
happened before.
Yeah,
Stop being
I
nostalgic.
kind of agree a little bit with LB. What I would say
04,
is,
05. How long before the season ended did we know that Chelsea were going to win the Premier League? 04, 05, when they were one game away from being invincible and having a defensive record as well. like so much longer before. You've had it with your own club, the Centurions, like you won the league early. Our 99-point Liverpool won the league early. Like all this winning the league early stuff is
No.
happened. before.
You're the one. No. You're the one that says it's not dead. So you have to justify why it isn't dead. I'm saying
Okay.
the league title was done in December. The relegation zone was pretty much done soon as the season started. And you're trying to, the games are dead to watch, and you're telling me it's fun this season.
Yeah, but I've already justified why it's fun. I've told you. It's because of okay, I'll tell you right now. Listen to understand my point. Don't just shout directly. So the reason why it's entertaining is anyone can beat anyone. From other than the 3 relegated sides, all other 17 clubs are capable on their day of beating any of even beating
I don't
Liverpool.
think that makes it fun.
Okay, but up to you. But remember, this is subjective conversation. When it comes to the top 4 race, the teams from 3rd to 10th are separated by 10 points. Forest currently are 10 points above Bournemouth. So literally, a team in 10th place could actively get Champions League football next season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's entertainment. That's quality. I think we have an array of unbelievable managers, up and coming great managers, and some managers who have been there before, like Slot, Santo, Iraola, Hertzler. All of these managers are managers, even Eddie Howe now after winning the Carabao Cup. All of these managers are managers that have a style, that have a system, that play a specific style of football every day. Newcastle are in 9th place. Isak and Gordon start for the best team in the country. Wolves are 17th. Cunha starts for the best team in the country. I could go down examples of across this whole non-entertaining dead league. I could go to Brighton and I'm taking Baleba right now. Every single club in this league, I would take players from. I would take players from to help me out. I'd take players from to start for me, even though I am going to be the Premier League champion. And that's why I think entertainment-wise, just pure entertainment, if I'm sat there and I look at the word entertainment and what it means as a football fan, I think entertainment is not just the top clubs, it's the other clubs as well. The other clubs make up massive parts of the entertainment because, with all due respect, for the most part, Liverpool versus Man City, Chelsea versus Spurs, blah, 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 will always be entertaining. But it's the other clubs that make the true entertainment of the league, like the Forests and the Bournemouths and the Brightons and the Fulhams. And those clubs are the clubs that have risen this season.
Oh,
they have
said that, man. It's funny, man.
No, but it's true.
I agree.
And the only reason why Arsenal and Chelsea was boring is because Arsenal are fucking dead to watch. LB.
All right. No, this league is sick. Yeah, the league title was done in December. The relegation zone was pretty much done from the off. But yeah, no, I agree, man. It's an exciting season.
Yeah, but how about the rest of the league?
Race for Europe is
the race. I've just said that 500
entertaining.
times, bro. I've said the only thing keeping this league alive is the top 4 race.
Yeah, but you know
what?
what?
Relegation battle, we have a big problem on our hands. I think even next season we could have another scenario where all 3 promoted get relegated.
Yeah. Maybe the next 3 years will be like that. The gap is
but that's a bigger problem, LB, than even just this season. I think
this PSR is killing people.
Yeah, it's this PSR thing. I'll be honest with you. The promoted sides will have a problem staying up.
Would you guys agree with me? I think LB would, that the players were better 10 years ago.
Anyone that disagrees with that?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Right.
I think LB would. Everyone would, you fraud.
Everyone would.
Everyone would.
All right, just checking. This season, you know what it reminds me of? Do you remember Formula One where...
Wolfie.
Huh?
You can try and be edgy.
I'm not being edgy. I was making a statement.
So Roy Keane played for Forest. You know that, right?
Legend. Forest legend. Made in Forest. Did his best
Forest
work
legend
at Forest.
and all that. Great. Would you take Roy Keane or would you rather take Yates?
Man, I'd rather take you over Yates. Don't try Yatesing me like I... Wait, what you say? I'm saying that it was better back then. Wait, what argument?
I'm saying that anyone would say that.
Not anyone.
But football back in the day was a lot more individualistic than it is now. That is actually
not anyone.
That's actually Pep's fault. This one is Pep's fault, not the one you mentioned at the start. Pep really created system football where it's listen, you're here in this specific area, blah blah blah, and people try to imitate that. That's why I think individualism has been removed from football. But yeah, back in the day, all footballers had a lot more skill and stuff. I ain't gonna deny that.
So is Isak as good as everyone says he is? Then
Well, in the modern day, he is.
Yeah,
But
now
in the
he's,
last 30 years, he wouldn't get in the top 10.
no.
Or top 10.
There's loads of
Last
he
even
30
wouldn't get
someone
years.
like
top 10.
Sam, you want
Falcao
to
and
do that?
Cavani.
You want to do that?
He
Last
won't
20
get top
years.
10.
Last
He
30
may not
years.
get top 20. He may not get top 20.
I'm trying to
Top
think.
10,
We're
man.
talking strictly Premier League here, right?
No. That
Oh,
was
you're
the
talking
question,
in, no, in general, of course, no. Yeah, in
No,
general.
we
no.
could even do just Premier League. You could do Premier League.
Premier League
Rooney,
only.
like Rooney, Suarez, Aguero,
Rooney is not a
Cavani,
striker.
Shearer.
Van Persie,
Shearer, Van Persie. Who else?
Henry.
Drogba, Henry.
Bro, I'm outside mad here. I'd put Vardy over him.
Vardy
Yeah.
over Isak.
Harry Kane.
Collymore better than
Let's
him.
not do that, yeah?
Robbie
Jamie
Fowler,
Vardy prime.
Owen.
Jamie Vardy prime was a baller, mate. Let's not do that, yeah? It was cold.
Morris to Vardy or Drinkwater to Vardy. That was dangerous.
Trust me, man.
Mm.
Yeah, Owen.
Yeah.
Oof.
Henry.
Owen won a Ballon d'Or, bro.
Those are players, yeah.
Yeah.
He bought
Owen,
one.
Owen was like the Mbappe before Mbappe
wouldn't
happened.
get
That's I'm telling you, there's
Ah.
at least 20. Dwight
Diego
York,
Costa.
Stan
But I do
Collymore.
think, like, I do think some of it is
Oh, but we're all
nostalgic.
just nostalgia merchants.
It's not nostalgia. It's not nostalgia.
It's not nostalgia.
Would
it's the
Haaland
truth,
would
man.
Haaland get into the top 10?
No.
Yeah, he would.
No.
He would.
Yeah,
Wouldn't.
but you see how I can remove nostalgic bias?
He would.
Andy Cole used to miss like 4 chances and score 1,
He
bro.
would get
He's always shit.
Bro, top 50 goal scorers in the Champions League history of all time. Top 50. Ronaldo, Messi, these guys, yeah. Top 50 players. Erling Haaland is the only player in the top 50 to have a goal ratio of a goal per game or more. The
That's because
only
he's
player.
playing shitter teams than they were.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. of
I'm
course
just
it is.
using your
By the way,
argument
no, no,
about
no,
how
he
it's
actually
shit
had
now,
that-
man.
no, he
if it's
actually
shit
had
in the
that
Premier
record.
League now, it's
No,
shit
no,
in
no, no.
Europe.
Wait a sec, wait a
He
sec.
did
He
do
actually
you
had
there.
that record. He actually had that record as well at that freaking Red Bull or whatever and Dortmund. So it's not even like you can say, oh, he's playing for City. He's also
Yeah, but that wasn't
quickest
10
player.
years
wait
ago,
a
was
second. Wait a second. He's also the quickest player in Premier League history to get to 100 goals. So let's not do this.
In its period where you're saying it's shit.
Yeah, in a period where we're saying
It's
football is
irrelevant.
shit.
It's irrelevant because I'm not judging Haaland on his footballing ability. I'm judging Haaland on the ability to put the ball in the back of the net, and statistically, is one of the greatest to ever do it.
So statistically, is it easier to put it in the back of the net in a shit period or a hard period?
I'd actually say it's harder because as I've said before, as I was justifying, teams just sit there for 90 minutes and defend. Whereas back in the day, it was easy because teams used to play out.
You think Henry didn't play against low blocks? Drogba didn't play against low blocks?
No, he did. He did. Not as well defended as they do now. As what you said before, the coaches are better now. So actually, my Haaland, yeah, my Haaland.
So he's using my point.
Yeah, no, I'm using no.
coaches
I'm
to
using
make
your
his
fucking point. Actually, it turns out Hussam was right on a little bit, chat. Yeah, because he's saying the managers are better now and coach better, so it's harder to score against. So there you go.
But I guess it's certain teams because say it like a Henry was playing against Ipswich or Southampton that play out from the back. He's gonna kill them.
Long
Southampton.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill them.
Yeah,
Leicester.
Haaland
Have you seen
100%
Leicester?
is in the top
Wow.
Haaland is in the top 10 100.
Leicester are so shit. United scored 3 against them.
Bro,
That's how
Leicester
shit
are
they
worse
are.
than Southampton. I've said it and I'll
At
stick
this
by
moment, yeah, they're horrible.
Yeah.
it.
They're
Yeah, yeah,
007
Leicester are
as
totally
well.
dreadful. They are dreadful.
Man, it's embarrassing. They haven't scored a goal, have they?
Yeah,
Who's
zero,
this?
0 goals, 0 wins, 7 games.
Who's that?
007. They're
It's
finished.
Leicester. They haven't scored a goal at the King Power since the 8th of December.
I
They haven't
actually
scored-
think the only promoted
Premier League
club to
record.
like not shouldn't feel embarrassed is Ipswich.
No, they should be embarrassed as well.
I feel like Ipswich actually
Yeah.
tried a little bit, man. The truth is, yeah, a lot of these teams, I said this the other day, right? A lot of these teams now, when they get promoted, they're not asked about staying up in the division. Yeah, because
Yeah.
if they were, they buy proven players. What they want to do is, yeah, it's all about the money, man. It's all about the money, right? So what they do is they get promoted, they go buy a load of these young players, 20, 21 for like 10, 15 mil. They buy about 5 or 6 of them. Because what they know is, if one of them does well, they're selling them for 50, 60 million quid. Look at all the players that these teams buy, yeah, when they get promoted. They're all pure young. They're all like 22, 23. Because that's what
Yeah,
they're
but
doing.
Ipswich are different, LB. You got to remember, they've done a double promotion.
Ah,
Do you know what I mean?
right.
So what they've done is
Yeah.
they're going to get the 180 million
Yeah.
They don't mind getting relegated. You're
What do
right
you
on
mean
what
they
you
don't mind getting relegated?
Nah, they mind.
Of
but
course, they don't mind getting
they just ain't
relegated
got quality.
What do you mean they don't mind getting relegated?
because they're still getting because they're ahead of their curve. They weren't expecting a double promotion from League One to Champ
No,
to
that's not how
Premier
it
League.
works. That's not how it works.
Let me finish. Their whole point is if you look at the way they recruited in the
Right.
summer, they were buying the best of the Championship. In
And
essence,
that's why they're getting relegated.
is what they did. Exactly, because they know that a Delap. I'm agreeing with half of your point there. I mean, they know that a
You're
Delap
half
probably go
right.
for 40, 50 million, but they
Right.
can get relegated knowing they'll make more money than when they got promoted and can come back stronger in their next promotion campaign. That's
But
the
will
thing
they
with them.
though?
But hang on a minute. Can I just ask a question? Instead of buying Championship players so they can get relegated and then get promoted, why don't they just buy? Here's a thought: Premier League players, and then try and actually
I'm not
survive.
disputing it because it would cost them more on wages. It would cost them more on potential transfer fees.
No, but Wolfie's saying
And
they
then
got
there's no
promoted
resale
from League
value on
One.
them.
Wolfie's saying they got promoted from League One only 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, back to back. Yeah.
Back to back.
Man, that
No.
makes
Back to
no
back.
difference. To
Yeah,
anything.
so like I don't know if you want to get promoted in the Championship, you need Championship quality players.
Yeah, and
now they're in the
also
Premier
because their
League,
business
buy
model
Premier League
wouldn't have
players.
accounted for Premier League football this season. 2
Yeah,
years
I don't think they would have had that in mind. That's why I'm like, even at the start
They're
when we
the
said
only
this, like,
exception.
yeah, I don't think Ipswich should feel embarrassed or anything.
No, they
like,
shouldn't
they're
feel embarrassed, but at the same time, yeah, why did you not go out there and buy Premier League proven players? Did they
they
buy
tried
any?
at least with Ipswich.
Yeah, but
Who
who
did
are
you
you
try?
looking at? Because
Hutchinson,
Leicester
they got
did that.
Hutchinson.
What?
Hutchinson, they got him.
Who's
Young
he?
kid used to be in Arsenal's academy and Chelsea's academy. So
Yeah,
I've
he's not
never heard of
Prem
him in my life.
proven.
He
though,
ain't
is he?
played
yeah, but
the
they're
game.
Omari Hutchinson, bro, Jamaican
Oh,
international.
is he Premier League proven?
Nah, he ain't played one game
No.
for
Oh, he
any of
doesn't
us,
count
so-
then, Hassan.
Yeah.
But this Prem proven is a bit of an overreach.
Or
We did,
or at least top league proven.
yeah, top league proven yet because we did that with that dickhead Lingard, and he was just a waste of space. I never want to see his face ever again. But the players who did well for us were those who had maybe Serie A experience,
I'm saying.
Bundesliga experience.
saying.
I agree.
why?
I agree. That's the way. That's the formula for me. Bundesliga for me is one of the best quality footballer leagues out there with the best quality bargains you can get.
Agreed.
And
Facts.
I like everyone's shopping in South America now because it's trendy with the Brazilians and what
And
have
it's
you.
cheap.
And it's cheap, yeah. But Bundesliga isn't expensive.
But the thing is with South America, it's like going into the casino. Yeah, and putting all your money
Yeah.
on red or black. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like sometimes you're gonna win, sometimes you're gonna lose it all. Yeah, that's what's happened to us a couple of times,
Yeah.
right? But you go Bundesliga, our hit rate on signings from the Bundesliga is mad. Like genuinely, I don't think we've had one flop from the Bundesliga. And in fact, we've had some ballers, Company, De Jong, Kevin De Bruyne, Dzeko, Mamouche. We've actually had some
Would you stand
real
I feel like
from Hamburg,
strikers
right?
from there are
Hamburg,
shocking.
yeah.
Man.
Hamburg, yeah, Hamburg.
The
6 mil.
strikers, they don't translate their Bundesliga form into the Premier
But they
League
still
form. That's the
translate. They still
only-
translate. We got Taiwo Awani from there, who was, I think, third
He's
or joint
benched
third
by
You
top
got
Chris
goal
Tayo
scorer.
only from
He
Liverpool,
don't even
mate.
get a kick.
Yeah, no, but listen, when we brought him in, he was the one who kept Forest up
Yeah,
because he went like 6 or 7 games in a row scoring at the end of the season. Bundesliga player, from Union Berlin.
Wasn't he from Liverpool?
He was in their academy, but he can get a visa. He can
But
get a visa.
still,
Yeah, I couldn't get a visa.
He didn't play for Liverpool in the Premier League. He
But was
played
he in
and made
England,
his
though?
name in the
I have no
Bundesliga.
idea why we bought a player that stiff anyway. But listen,
Bro, his first touch is one of the worst I've ever seen. But
yeah,
still,
that's what I'm saying. I don't even know why we want a player like that much of a dusty baller. Anyway, speaking of dusty, let's talk about Arsenal next. Big up to all of you guys in the chat. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single one of you guys right here, right now, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Also, remember to go subscribe to all these guys' channels in the description. So please do give them a subscription. Guys, we're not even at 200 likes. Entertainment
Damn.
throughout the international break. Let's get 200 likes at least. We have
Smash the
600
likes.
people here. Well, I have some shame. LB, you think watching Man City pass the ball to death for the last couple of years was fun? Your club made the league boring. Manchester City was just as boring. He's the same guy that asked you for a shout out.
Maybe you could say that, yeah, but at least like we had title races most of the years.
did you
Did you?
really?
Most of the years, yeah.
The Liverpool one, yeah. Anyone
Liverpool.
against
Yeah,
Arsenal
Liverpool.
didn't count.
Liverpool twice.
Last year we
Nah.
had a title race.
Yeah,
Nah, it's
last
against
before we had a
Arsenal.
title
Didn't
race.
count. Didn't count.
Well,
But if
you
they
say that,
lost
but
on the last day,
it-
it would have counted,
they
wouldn't
were.
it?
All right,
You can say it
LB,
don't count, but they were title
LB,
races.
at any stage last season, were you worried you would lose it to Arsenal?
Yes, he was
Many,
gaslighting
many
me,
times.
saying that we could
Many,
win it.
many times.
Yes.
Bro, we had to win like fucking 15 games in a row to win the league. We would have drawn one game, we would have won it.
Yeah, but it was Arsenal.
Yeah.
Wolfie,
Yeah, but Wolfie,
next
just
season,
listen, Wolfie, you're all
you're
about
gonna
rage
feel
bait.
pain. You're gonna
All
feel
about rage
pain
bait.
next season. No, you can't, because he's gonna feel
You love
pain
to
next
rage bait
season.
people.
How am I
Yeah,
going to
you
feel
love-
pain next season? I'm going to be in the Champions League enjoying
We've
every minute.
seen many.
Speaking
teams in
of,
the Champions League.
Max, here,
Yeah.
more links.
Yes.
More links moving Gabriel to Saudi Arabia
Yeah.
again. You know, this has not
again.
stopped for the last 2 years. It's fair to say.
Back
Are you
again,
worried
yeah.
about the future of Gabriel at Arsenal? And also, tell me your thoughts on the Arsenal Champions League run this season.
Okay, so we'll go with Gabriel first. Am I worried? I'm not worried at the moment. So we don't know if he's gonna sign a new contract. I don't know if this is kind of like agent talk to try and make him sign a new contract, just like what Bayern did with Kimmich to us. So potentially that's what it could be. But the bit of worry comes that 2 seasons ago they came in for him and Arteta did bench him. So I don't know if his head could be turned, because we know with Brazilian players, they're happy to go for the money. It's being proven. Youngsters are being bought from Brazil, going to Saudi. So potentially he could leave, but I'm quietly confident at the moment that he's going to stay. I feel like there's still more for him to do at Arsenal.
They're offering him a lot of money, though.
How much are they offering? What are the
100
rumors?
mil.
What?
I think it said 100.
No,
didn't it?
Oh no, how much
that's
are they
up to
offering
Arsenal.
Gabriel though?
Oh.
How much are they
That's
offering
Arsenal.
Gabriel?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think they're offering him
maybe
I check-
400. Is it 400?
500 and something grand a week, I think.
And that's tax free, is it? Yeah.
Oh,
It-
once you take off the camels.
What's the rule? You got to stay there for 2 years, is it?
LB, me and you, listen, we messed up, man. We should have been footballers. I'm telling you right now. I
Fucking
swear to God, if I
Hey.
went to play in Saudi,
Hey,
bro, I'm
It
good for
ain't too
life.
late, man. It ain't too late.
It's too late for me. I'm 29 now,
Nah,
khalas.
it's
And
never
I
too
smoke
late, man.
cigarettes, so it's impossible.
Yeah, finish. But
Yeah, but maybe we can manage in Saudi. The managers get paid well, don't they?
yeah.
Imagine you as manager, just
all
rage.
you
bait.
get them
bro,
Gerrard,
me and
put it
you,
that way
Hassan,
anyway,
we can
innit?
go there and be like, look, bring in some of the Premier League players. We can speak to them in English, you know, and then the rest, all the oil sheikhs and everything. Well, نحكي لهم بالعربي شوية هيك بيش يفهموا. We got that nice
Only
connection
if
going
you're
on.
my assistant. You can't be the manager. I have to be the manager.
Fuck you, man. I'll manage
Bro,
Al Ahly and
the
you
players
can
You would
might
manage.
just
try and
rage bait.
strangle him.
You would just rage bait all the players. I'm not gonna do this. You're just
I would
rage.
fire him up, man. I'd fire him up.
Fire
And the
him
thing is, I'm good at plagiarizing, right? With my under 14s team, I plagiarized Arsenal's corner tactics, and I've scored 4 in the last 5 corners, man. Won the last 2 games in a row. It worked. I can see why it was Stoke FC settings. It works. You just got to copy and paste.
Yeah, but back to the you're asking me
So
about.
you're
the
actually
Champions
not
League
worried
run.
at all that he could leave?
No, there's a bit of worry. Of course, there's a bit of worry, because he's probably been better than Saliba the last 2 years.
He
At
has
least
been.
18 months. So
He has
yeah, so it's a big worry. He's a leader. He probably should. Him or Rice should be our captain. It shouldn't be Odegaard, but that's another
True.
conversation. And you're asking me about the Champions League run. So far, it's been good, but if we don't beat Real Madrid, it counts for nothing.
Facts. Just like when
That's the
Liverpool won
long
the
and short of
Champions
it.
League
That's
phase,
Yeah,
and it was all gassing it up. I don't mean nothing,
Yeah.
lads. You'll get a trophy for it.
yeah. But if we do beat Real Madrid, hot take, I think we win the Champions League. We win our first. That's
You
what
don't
I'm
beat
saying.
Barca.
I'm
You
putting
don't
it
beat
out
Real
there.
Madrid anyway, so
Yeah,
it's-
there we go. There we go.
sorry, bro. Sorry, innit, but
I'm
you know it's
hedging my
true, innit?
bets. I'm hedging my bets.
I hear it, man.
But Max, do you feel like it is wrong that he has no pressure on him? That I think if there was
Of
any
course.
other manager right now,
Yeah.
the pressure would be if he loses to Madrid, he's out. You know what I'm saying? Look at Ange. A lot of people think if Ange loses in the Europa League, he's going to walk. Why isn't there the pressure on Arteta? It's just crazy for me, man.
You know what it is? What I get from most Arsenal fans, because at the start of the season, I said if you don't win the league or Champions League, see you later. No excuses, injuries, red cards. I weren't interested. It was 4 years at the time, no trophy. So I felt like that is long enough. No other big club, no, not even Tottenham will probably allow this. They sacked Pochettino after a similar amount of time.
5.5 years.
There we go. Even they got rid of him. So I don't kind of get it, but like I said on the show the other day, I feel like the owners, they're kind of banking all their chips on next season being that year. But every year seems like next season. And for the fans, they have so much PTSD from the banter era. And they truly believe, a lot of them, that if Arteta is sacked, we're going to be back to mid-table. But in the same breath, they'll tell you we've got the best squad in the league, or we've got the second best squad in the league. How can we have the second best squad in the league and fall back down to mid-table? It doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense. So, yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Look, when it comes to Gabriel, I just think, just based off of the money that they're offering, you should be a bit worried, because like, damn, like that's a whole lot of money, like that you're giving Gabriel right there, and he's still playing football. You know, he played in the Asian Champions League, stuff like this. So that's something. And
a little bit, but
they got enough to cut. What is it? 100 mil?
Bro, 500 grand a week. Are you mad? If you're
no. What are they offering Arsenal?
I heard it's 100 million euros. So,
okay,
yeah, so like 80 million pounds.
But I don't think it's that bad a deal, because you have Calafiori, who can play as centre back. You've got Timber, who can play as centre back. You got Ben White, who technically can. You got cover. Yes, you can go out and buy another centre back. Losing a centre back isn't a be all and end all. There are enough centre backs in the market that you can go out and get a decent centre back who can replace him. And then you could invest that money in where you need to, which is up front.
Yes, but we can keep him and invest in up front.
Yes, I agree with that.
But the owners, this is where the worry comes, because the owners, will they take the money and then not spend? Because they seem like they are content with top 4. That's how it seems to me.
Yeah.
Your whole club seems like that, though, to me, bro. I can't lie, man.
This was the year that we should have went big. What did we do? Calafiori, Merino, Raheem Sterling. That's not serious. Why didn't we?
Nothing in January as well, by the way. Nothing in January.
Then in January, what did we do? We said to Aston Villa, 40 million. If you believe the reports, 60 million would have got you Watkins. They said, nah, no point. We'll give you 40. So I don't think they're serious.
I think
I
that you
don't think
signed
you were even
Watkins.
serious about Watkins.
I think had Arsenal signed Watkins, they'd be like maybe 6 points behind now, 4 points behind.
Probably. More than likely. If we signed Watkins sooner, would we have lost to Man United? If we signed a striker, would we have lost to Man United in that FA Cup when Havertz was missing after missing after missing?
Probably not.
No, FA Cup, you'd still be in it 100%.
No, but that's when the story came out, didn't it? If I remember rightly, after you lost to Man U.
Yes.
The next day, that story came out.
That's January. So what about the summer? The summer is when we needed to sign. Then you get to January and you still don't sign, even though Gabriel goes down, Havertz goes down, Saka goes down.
Not serious. Not ass, man. There's no dude. Your club has no desire whatsoever to win anything. It's top 4. Yeah. We're in a process. We're in a phase. We're all together. We're all a big family. We all love each other. And maybe in 5 years we'll win it, and we'll say we did it the right way, despite the fact that you're now closing in on £1 billion transfer spend. Yeah, that's the truth, mate. If your club was a serious club, you would have bought proper players in the summer instead of buying more squad rotators, and you would have gone out in January and gone, listen, we're going to go big here. We're going to sign some players. And what did you do? Sign no one. Yeah, you use this thing of market opportunities, Well, Kvaratskhelia was a market opportunity. Yeah, why don't you go and get him? Yeah, why don't you go and get the lad who just gone Saudi Arabia? You know what I mean? The striker. Why don't you go and get him? Why don't you go and get other players, man? Why don't you go and get these? They didn't do it, man, because they're not asked. They're not asked, man.
I was so heartbroken when Kvaratskhelia left, even as a Liverpool fan, honestly.
Loads of
Like,
people.
I would have had a bit City, man. They got a ball. I've said it for time.
Yeah.
Everyone would have. But
Yeah.
this is the
50
thing.
million pounds, you know, 50
Yeah.
million. That's mad. Like, what?
Isn't he on like
This is-
80k or one? How much is he on? And
It doesn't matter. 50 million
He
for
was
him,
on like
bro.
20.
you know,
he
I'm
was on
saying even
20K
wages wise,
before.
he's low. Wages
He
wise,
was
he's
on
low.
20K
Yeah, yeah,
before.
yeah.
I think he's on 200 now.
I reckon
50
it's going to be
million.
interesting, yeah. See what this new Donny does, who's working in the sporting director.
Berta.
Because
Yeah,
if he
but-
comes in and they're still signing bums, then that tells me that either one, the club is just cursed, or Arteta's the one choosing the players.
Well,
Yeah.
he is, because the Arsenal
He
fans are
definitely
gassing
is.
it up, saying that this means Simeone's coming in now. Simeone's on the horizon. No chance, man.
That's not how football works, man.
That's not how football works. The sporting director is not followed by the manager, because Michael Edward was the sporting director at Spurs. We didn't get any Spurs manager.
I mean, I
And-
didn't hear any Man U fans saying once they nicked, what was his name from ULB? Barada. Is it Barada?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Barada.
Yeah, that old Pep's coming to United now. You know what I'm saying? I don't get where Arsenal fans get this
Yeah.
logic from.
We had it when we
Yeah,
got
like I
Samarin.
doubt now that like Arteta's gonna come to Forest because Edo's like in charge over there.
I don't want that. Keep that forward away from my club, man.
Would the board even want a Simeone? Someone that is gonna
No.
challenge
No.
them.
Probably not.
They don't
No.
want him.
If you think about it, right? If you're an owner of a football club, say you own Arsenal, right? And listen, maybe they want to win, right? But they're not willing to put all the money in, yeah? Arteta's like literally the best manager you could possibly have at the football club, because he's a good manager, right? You don't finish second every year if you're not a good. He's a good manager, so he'll guarantee you Champions League. Great for the money. The money's coming in, right? He'll accept these dead players like Sterling on loan, Calafiori for 30-odd million, and Mourinho for 30-odd million. So 70 million pounds spent in 2 transfer windows for Arsenal. He is a brilliant, brilliant manager to have if you own Arsenal and you're just bothered about getting the money in. He's a brilliant manager. You don't want someone like a Simeone. You don't want like a Jose Mourinho. That's the problem at United. When Jose Mourinho was there, he said to United, I need a centre-back, I need this, I need that, I need this and that. And they went, nah. And he obviously spit his dummy out, did he then? He wasn't happy. Like Mourinho would never end up at Arsenal, because if Mourinho walks into Arsenal, he'd say, go and get me a striker for 80 mil, go and get me a left winger, go and get me a right winger, go and get me this. And when they would go, nah, because we don't move like that, it'd end up kicking off.
Yeah. And that's
You want to know the one thing that confuses me till the second? Sorry, Max, I want to say something.
Yeah, that's cool.
Even at the end of the transfer window, right? You're getting someone on loan. Instead of getting Osimhen on loan, you got Sterling on loan. Why didn't you just get Osimhen
bro,
on
let's
loan?
be honest, yeah, they didn't want
Attitude.
Sterling. They didn't want Sterling.
Yeah, they
right?
didn't.
Chelsea
They didn't.
offered Sterling to them and said, not only will we offer it, we'll give him you for half the wages. You know what I mean? Or whatever. So you're paying what, 130, 140 grand a week for Sterling? Yeah, we'll take him. They didn't want him, because if they wanted him, Arsenal would have approached Chelsea, and Chelsea probably would have, you're approaching us. In that case, then like we're not going to pay.
Why didn't they just grab
wages.
Osimhen on loan? That's the thing. It's just so
Well,
nonsensical.
what's hilarious, right, is because at the start of the season and all season, I've been propping up Osimhen for time, yeah, and I said Chelsea should have signed him in the summer. And the amount of shit I got from panelists, yeah, maybe on this show, and the chat telling me that Osimhen's a bum. Well, he's now on 26 goals in the season, yeah. He's got 6 in Europa League, 20.
On this panel, who?
Bro, I guarantee, yeah, that if I go back, yeah, someone would have slagged me off for that shout, yeah, because I got cooked for saying it. In
Problem is, LB, they're going to say to you, he's doing it in a Farmers League now, when he is quality.
you
But
can only play against what you're playing against, Wolfie.
Yeah.
But they want
I agree.
Sesko. Sesko, what's he doing in the real Farmers League, where strikers come to the Premier League and don't do nothing? Arsenal fans don't even watch the Bundesliga. When I watch this Sesko guy missing chance after chance after chance,
He's
we see
so
him at
mid.
the Euros. Why do we want him? He's a kid. It's a project player.
Project team, man.
We're not in the project stage. We need to win now. What we
I'll be
waiting
honest with
for?
you, Sesko is literally a Nunez waiting to happen. I'm
Yeah.
not even taking the piss. He's
But
Yeah.
the thing is,
literally a
yeah,
Nunez waiting
Arsenal
to
would never get Osimhen, yeah, because Osimhen, like, the guy talks, isn't it? You know, he's not. He's got an ego. He backs himself. He speaks out. Like, something happens again, he's gonna speak out about it, right? So Arteta's never gonna have someone like him. Arteta wants the guy who's just gonna sit there,
Yes,
do what he
sir.
gets told. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I mean? And that's why he won't go for Osimhen.
Can I stroke
But
the dog? Yeah.
I'm telling you something, yeah, and I'll ask you this, yeah. For me, football, right? Not only is it about quality on the pitch, I genuinely think the amount of like fear and the mentality that goes into football
Yeah.
is a massive part of it.
Yeah.
So, for example, one of the reasons why everyone thought Liverpool was not going to win the league this year is because they didn't sign anyone, right?
Yeah.
When City signed Savio and Gundogan, no one on this panel went, "Oh shit," yeah. But 2 years ago, when we signed Haaland, I know for a fact, even if people did the banter thing, everyone was shitting themselves, right?
No.
If Arsenal go out there and buy Osimhen, right, go and buy Kvaratskhelia, I'm sitting there, Hossam's sitting there going,
Yeah,
shit,
Arsenal
shit,
winning the league.
shit, there could be a problem. Not one person sat here in the summer when they signed Marino, Calafiori, and Sterling on loan and went, damn, they're serious.
Yeah.
You know what? They
No
didn't
one
have
did
to
it,
go
man.
that far, LB. I still
I
don't
said they were going
understand
to win
to
the
this
league,
day
but I
why
didn't
they
say
didn't get
damn, they're
Tony.
serious. Yeah,
Tony.
like,
40 mil.
yeah.
Deal
Yeah.
done. Like, and
Wolfie
what?
goes
He had an
anywhere but Al
attitude.
Hilal, please, is what Zir is saying. Also, there's a question. Listen, Hussam, you fraud. Arsenal can beat Madrid. Why not? See, this is it. Arsenal fan right here. Arsenal fan right here. He thinks he can beat satanic Real Madrid with set pieces.
Well, I would say
But-
they can beat them. I'll give them a
Yeah,
10%
they-
chance of beating them, but I don't think they will. I give them a
Yeah.
10% chance. To sit here and say there's no chance they'll win, I think, no, that's not right. But there's a very low chance they'll win.
Yeah, Southampton could beat Real Madrid if there was 3 red cards and
Ah,
Mbappe
yes.
got
kind of
injured.
Nah.
Nah, I don't think so. I think 7-man Real Madrid will beat Southampton. They're useless. They're useless. But to that question, yes, we can beat Real Madrid. We've seen stranger things happen. We've seen that Chelsea side under Tuchel go on to win the Champions League. But
I give up.
are we going to win are we going to beat Real Madrid? No, I don't think so. Sadly. And it hurt. It's painful. People think I say these things because I'm negative or something like that. No, it's painful. It pains me. The start of the season, before a ball was kicked, I predicted Arsenal to win the league. When I saw that transfer window, I said, no, we can't. We don't have the facilities. Trossard, Martinelli, these people, they're not good enough. They're just not good. Havertz, they're not good enough.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, man.
Havertz
Arsenal
is
frustrate me, man.
you know, I think there's like probably a word in the dictionary, right, for this. But you know, when a player is good enough where people don't think they're the problem, but they are the problem. So you know what I'm saying? Because he scores a few goals, everyone goes, he's not the problem, Havertz. He scores goals, and it's like, because he's quite good and he scores a few goals, people don't think he's the problem when he is the problem. They'd be better off him being shit, so people just went, oh yeah, he's clearly the problem. I
Do you
don't
know
think
why
there's
he's
like a
the
word
problem
for
as
that, you know what
well?
I'm saying?
Because he's the problem. Because what are we looking for? We're saying we're looking for a left 8 and we're looking for a striker. He was bought as a left 8. We now need a left 8. He's playing as our first choice striker. We now need a first choice striker. So he's clearly a problem. He should be on the bench, but he's our highest earner. That is the biggest problem of it all.
Well, you know what it is, bro? Yeah, going back to this point again, it's like, if you ask people, has Havertz been a flop at Arsenal? I think most people say he's not been a flop, but he has been a flop because you brought him as a midfielder and he's shit in that position. And now he's been playing as a striker and he's not good enough because you're buying another striker. So he's a flop. You pay him 275 grand a week. You spent 65 million quid on the guy. He's flopped.
Yeah, man.
He's flopped.
I
You
didn't
were
want
there
him
in
in the
2006,
first place.
Enigma. You know who was also there in 2006? Thierry Henry, Arsene Wenger. You know, all the great players you had back in the day.
Back
Fabregas.
then, we all
Wait.
believed
Did they win it in 2006?
we lost enough.
Can you
You know
stop
what? You know what happened.
You know that they have 0 Champions
You
League.
know
I
what?
don't
Stop it.
actually understand that.
You
Super
know
chat.
what? Yeah.
You're such a fraud. You forgot that they beat Madrid in 2006.
All I remember is that they lost to Barca. Who cares about what happens in the rounds before it? You don't remember that
I
stuff.
can also
You
see
don't
a
remember the
world
winner.
Arsenal beat Real Madrid and then their nemesis Unai Emery is there, which you sack Arteta in the tunnel if that happens.
That would be
You
hilarious.
sack him in the tunnel.
Would be
That's
hilarious.
when people will understand pain. And then Villa win the Champions League
Oh, you
final.
mean
You know,
you get
I
to the
would
semis and you lose to Villa?
And
I
then
would
they go to
love
the
that to
final.
happen. Imagine they beat Real Madrid and then lose to Villa. Oh my God, you couldn't write a better script.
I'm having nightmares. I'm telling you, I'm having nightmares because there's so many nightmare scenarios that can play out. Arteta, please just prove me wrong. That's what I want.
swear to God,
want him
I
to
actually
prove
think
me
it would
wrong.
be more painful if they lose to Aston Villa. Swear
Yeah.
to God.
Because do you know how much they will gas up beating Real Madrid as if they won the final,
God.
and then Emery comes. Good evening.
Unai Emery
Bang.
is such a I feel like ever since Arsenal sacked him, he genuinely took that shit so personally, and he's just been coaching his life against Arsenal.
Villarreal in that semi-final, that was so painful. And then he went on to win it after getting us embarrassed in the final. Oh, against Chelsea.
Didn't Villa, I swear, go from 2-0 to 2-2 at the Emirates this season?
Yeah, of course. In like 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Thomas Partey, the worst game I've seen for with Arsenal.
It's a long day, mate.
Why did he keep playing that right back? That's another thing. This season, Arteta, he's lost the plot. He threw away the league against Brighton. That's how I saw it. The Brighton game, 3 centre-backs, 4 DMs, being that negative. What one of our clubs would do that? Would your club do that? Play so defensive against Brighton?
My manager went offensive when we were 1-0 up against
We
PSG.
beat Brighton
Anyway.
7-0, so I'm good.
Yeah, and you lost to Bournemouth. How much? Tell them.
Bournemouth don't exist.
Was it 4? 5?
I don't know.
LB, when you say 10% chance, I genuinely feel so disappointed in you. I actually
What do you
feel
mean?
genuine disappointment.
No, he's just covering his back. That's all
What do
he's
you
doing.
mean?
Yeah,
What do you
I
mean?
really think you're covering your back. I don't think you're
Yes.
saying it.
How
as
do you
a
think
joke.
I'm covering my back by saying
This is
about
the
10%?
first time ever I feel like you're covering your back.
Yeah, you are covering.
Explain what you mean.
I've
That
met
if
you
they
on
do it,
YouTube.
you'll be like I said. There's a 10% chance. The
It was
10% cashed
Sandros
in.
and
Yeah.
Firmino
So
in
you're
the back
saying
line.
there's zero chance they could? Yeah, but there's not.
No,
Zero
I said
chance.
1%. So if they play the game 100 times, I think Arsenal win once, and that's me being fair.
See, I think that's crazy.
I give 15 to 20, but I'm an Arsenal fan. So
Enigma
I gotta
doesn't
give
get
us-
it. You had
So you're
Thierry
saying
Henry
if
back
this
in the day,
tie
man.
was played 100 times, Arsenal only win 1 of the 100?
Yes.
But we don't.
You watch
Bro,
don't
you're
need
acting
to.
as if
We
I'm
can
giving them
draw.
like a
We
mad
can draw
chance,
both
bro.
games.
Bro, you're
We
acting
can
as if
draw
I'm giving it a
both
mad
games.
chance. I've said 10%. That's very low. That's
I actually
very
just
low.
can't wait for the game now. I've put my whole
Oh, bro, I'm telling you, I think they're going to get beat, innit? But to say they've got no percent, and you're basically doing this 1% chance because you know you can't say 0% chance, but you don't want to accept that I'm actually right on the 10%.
I'm saying
No, I don't think you're right. I think it's 1%.
No, you think I am right. You
Yeah,
agree with me.
Wolfie agreed.
You agree with me. I guarantee as soon as this stream ends, so Sam's going, yeah, I actually agree with you, LB. Yeah, 10% chance, but I don't like Arsenal in it.
No,
So
I swear, no. I'm not.
I swear, no. You
No, I'm
will
not.
say that.
Habibi, I'm not gonna lie. If I thought it's 10%, if I thought it's 10%, I'd say I don't cover. I'm the last person on YouTube to cover his ass with the amount of crazy shit I say on this platform. But anyway,
remember,
listen.
he wanted Slut out. Let's not forget.
But
No,
so
that's fake.
If Arsenal
fake.
do win the Champions League, though, do you think they'll break the internet? In another
Break the
hypothetical?
internet.
I won't be on the internet if that happens, so I don't know.
Yeah, I won't be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've spoke
There
to
you
many friends. They said they're going on holiday.
I just deeped it. It's because I'm a tactical now. I analyze the tone. I'll come to the conclusion that the league will go down to the last day of the season. It's going to be nervy and emotional. By the way, Arsenal will beat Madrid.
I mean,
There's
I've
so
never
much
seen
wrong.
such a wrong super chat than that, right?
I've never seen such a exactly. There is so much wrong with the super chat. There is
Let's
not a
just talk
single.
about Forest.
I hope
don't
you're
We're
know.
not
right.
gonna go.
I hope he's right.
We're not gonna go to the last day of the season, you guys. We're not gonna go to the last day of the season. Come on,
Oh,
let's be
the
serious.
league. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, we're not gonna go to the last day of the season, and Arsenal are not beating Madrid either. Everyone just need to chill out. You guys, 10%.
You know what? Actually, though, can I just say, that if Arsenal was to beat Liverpool, and they win the game in hand, that brings it down to 9
No,
points.
we played
right?
the game in hand, LB.
Oh, you played
against
that?
Chelsea.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
right,
12
so
points.
if you beat Liverpool at Anfield, which is unlikely, but if you beat them, that brings it down to 9 points. Liverpool's next 2 games
Yeah,
are the
Everton and
ones
Fulham.
in it. Because they're tough games. Yeah, Everton and Fulham. I think Hussein would agree with that. In it, they are tough.
Yeah,
games.
Everton. No, Everton at Anfield. I think we win. Like, I'm
Right, but you're gonna say it's a tough game,
It's
innit?
just these Goodison games.
I'm
No,
calling
I wouldn't say
2
so. I think
draws.
Fulham is tougher than Everton.
Okay,
At-
so if you win, so really, any hope that any Arsenal fan has is on these next 2 games.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but
If you
the
got hope.
problem is they would still have to win at Anfield, which they won't do. So
No, we
Yeah,
have to
I'm
win
just talking
all
about
our
having
games.
hope, innit? I'm
Every
just having
single
hope.
game.
I gotta drop off, boys. I will see you next week.
Leipzig
man.
tied to Real Madrid.
Yeah,
at the
bro.
Yeah,
Bernabeu.
love, man. Bless.
Yeah,
Salam.
see you, Wolfie. Leipzig. Listen, this just shows me that you don't get it, because you should never use group stage games as a measuring stick, because Real Madrid lost to
No,
Sheriff
I
Tiraspol,
think
You-
it
you
was.
know-
and then
It
beat
was in the
Chelsea
knockout
and beat
stage what
City
he's
and
talking
beat
about.
us.
Yeah, no, it was. I think they played in the
Yeah.
last 16.
And they should have won. But who was there? Benjamin
Yeah, but this
Sesko
is
missing
this point.
chances.
Yeah, this point actually proved probably why Arsenal won't win, because Real Madrid last year in the Champions League were actually not good at all. The amount of times we should have beaten. We was better than them. Leipzig was better than them, but they still find a way of winning, and they
Yeah,
still
and
go
we
on.
were better than them as well in the
Bro,
final.
It's a madness. Yeah, fucking Courtois last year. Oh my days.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
days.
can't.
That guy.
You can never use like the group stage as a measuring stick. To be honest with you.
No, but even in the knockouts, bro, they
was-
weren't even good. But they still.
Yeah, they'll always find a way.
They always find a way, man.
Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for joining us. This was a very fun stream. I'm gonna go eat now. Big up to LB. It's
Yes.
LB, more LB. Big up to Max. Thanks so much for joining us, Max. You get me. Appreciate
Yes,
you
man.
hopping on today.
No worries.
I'll try to
bro.
get you more on the channel as well. Appreciate you, my brother.
Oh,
And the
man.
propaganda machine is in the description. Go give him a subscribe, please. Go
Yes.
subscribe to that Forest Fraud who's been doing Forest PR on YouTube. You get me? But yeah, love you all. And I'm back tonight later on at 8 p.m. UK time for another Premier League show. So love you all and see you guys then, man. Peace.
Bless.